Hey, everybody, McCain, this is Cigar Vlog. This is going to be more vlog than cigar because, well, this is only a Series G, and I already reviewed this, but that's not really what I'm talking about. This is kind of not really the video I was wanting to make. What I wanted to do was do another episode of Five Nights at Freddy's Into the Pit, but something happened this week that I kind of couldn't shut up about because it bothered me that much. So, a little recap here. I started the week with the summons to jury duty. So as much of an anxiety-inducing pain in the ass as that was, it got worse once I actually got into the courthouse. So, the case itself, I can't give you the details because I don't remember and honestly couldn't be bothered to. But, the main crux of it was a sexual assault of a minor. So, the case was a 25-year-old did the duty with a 15-year-old. I know what you're thinking. This is messed up, right? Okay? At least you better be thinking that. Otherwise, what the hell are you doing on my channel? Ugh. Weirdo. Anyway, prosecution's trying to determine whether or not consent was given. I was just sitting here, okay, well, it's a 15-year-old, so it's a minor. Minors cannot consent, right? And I actually had to point this out after the lawyer asked this one question. The defense lawyer, I'll add. She asked if there was anyone that did not believe a 15-year-old could consent. I raised my hand. 2 other people did. And I point out that, yeah, most states and most countries, especially on the internet, legal age of consent is 18. If you're under 18, you are a minor. Minors cannot consent. Okay? This is... yeah. There are people who have gone to jail for way less. For the rest of their lives, I think. Maybe. I don't know. Didn't actually bother to look that far into it. What I did look into, though, was what is going on here. So anyway, the defense lawyer says, on that little revelation, that apparently the actual legal age of consent in Colorado is 15. I thought to myself, wait a minute. This is not right. Long story short, I managed to actually get out of jury duty because, no, if you're 15 years old, you cannot consent to having sex with an adult. Period. End of story. So I went ahead and I looked it up later after I got home. Technically, legal age of consent is 17, but due to exceptions and other weirdness and other mental gymnastics, technically speaking, yes, it would be legal, stupid as hell, but legal for a 25-year-old man to have intercourse with a 15-year-old girl, provided consent was given. Again, 15-year-old is a minor. So I was wondering, wait a minute, what is going on here? And as it turns out, it falls into this thing of Romeo and Juliet laws. Okay, so what is a Romeo and Juliet law? Supposedly, it's a law that is designed to protect underage sex. Because let's face it, 16-year-olds are going to bang. They've been doing that for like literally the last 6,000 years. You're not going to be able to stop that. But, in reality, similar to how gun control laws don't work, this one backfires dramatically and ends up instead shielding child predators. As is the case that was here. The really sickening thing is the fact that me and like 2 other people immediately had a problem with this. Upon hearing the 10-year age gap, like 3 more had a problem with it. So that's a total of about like 6 people out of 75. Out of 75 people, 69 of them do not make that fucking joke, okay? We're totally okay with the idea that a 15-year-old could consent to getting drilled by a 25-year-old. This really bothered the hell out of me. It really did. On the one hand, I kind of couldn't look at the judge or the lawyers or anyone else in there without feeling like I was on enemy territory. It's like, what? Did I load into the wrong server? What is going on here? It's like I felt like I couldn't trust the judge to actually know the difference between right and wrong. just because it was legal. I mean, technically speaking, everything Adolf Hitler did was legal. It was still wrong, but it was legal. Like I said, this is not the video that I wanted to make, but I felt I had to say something about it because this, it's like, even at the end of the week, I'm still kind of processing. It's like, am I angry about this? Am I disgusted by this? Is this just absolute flabbergasted? How did we get here? It's 2025. How the hell did we get to a point where people are going to try to say that it is totally legal, perfectly fine for a full-grown 25-year-old man to do the nasty with a 15-year-old child? What are we doing? Oh, meanwhile, it's like if you have 15, over 15 rounds in your AR magazine, the ATF kicks on your door and shoots your dog. It's like, I don't know who managed to ramrod this through, but I'm pretty sure they were probably on Jeffrey Epstein's private party list. Apparently, they're also trying to take this Romeo and Juliet horseshit and apply it to 13-year-olds nationwide. So I've realized that there's probably not going to be a whole lot of people watching this. And if you're still here after, instead of the first 30 seconds getting on board, click. If you're in an area where you are aware that there is a Romeo and Juliet law coming up, do whatever you can to vote that down. I don't like getting political on my channel, aside from pro 2A stuff and pro cigar, tobacco rates. But it's like, I just want to smoke cigars and play some video games. I don't want to get dragged into a fucking courtroom and have to deal with this just nightmare scenario of just this realization that you really can't trust anyone, especially in the government, especially when it comes to the legal system. I said what I said, and I think I'm okay with that. It's like, this is a messed up state of affairs. I don't know what it's going to take to actually get this repealed, but hopefully some common sense will end up coming back to this state. I kind of doubt it, but yeah, if you are aware of a Romeo and Juliet law, please, by all means, do whatever you can to stop this from happening. Otherwise, it's like, I don't know, if you can't tell the difference between basic right and wrong, I don't think there's anything I can do to help you. Well, that's it. That's my piece. I had to get that off my chest. I had to say something about that because I could not just let that go. Again, sorry for not being a review. I don't actually have anything to review yet, but plus I get to smoke down at least a little bit of my supply. Like I said, my humidor is overflowing, so I need to burn some stuff down. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this. Make sure I'm actually still recording. Okay. Funny thing is still ended up turning out about the same length as a regular review. Like I said, this is more vlog than cigar, but next time, hopefully it'll be a little bit more fun cause and, getting back into Five Nights at Freddy's, or hopefully I'll pick up something to review and, it'll be a more pleasant, less infuriating, just normal video. Yeah, that's it. If you like this video, like, subscribe, leave a comment. I kind of hesitate to say, well, if you've got Romeo and Juliet laws, and if you do, is there anything you can do to get rid of them? That's it. Hopefully under better circumstances. That's all I got. I will see you next time.